guys, welcome back to His Daughter, His Queen. I'm so excited that you decided to take out a few minutes of your valuable time to listen to what God has to say this week. I'm excited that you just decided to tune in. I appreciate it. So real quick this week, I just want to ask the question, who are you following? Or how are you learning to be a better you, a better wife, or husband, king or queen? So my husband and I had this discussion the other day, and I was just wondering, like, so for dads, that's how we brought it up. Like, how do you be a good dad if you never had a role model? How do you be a good wife if you've never had this role model for you? Or how do you be a good mom if you've never had a role model? So I thought about that, and I was like, well, for me, I did take some things that I learned from TV, shows, movies, or whatever. Like, that's what a wife is supposed to do, or that's who a wife is supposed to be, or that's what a mother is supposed to be, or do. Things like that. So it got me to thinking, like, I'm wondering, who are you following? Who are you looking up to? So I bring this up to say that we should first and foremost go to the Bible. And what does God say about your role as a mother, a husband, a wife, a father? And then finding a godly example of that person in the earth. There's a lot of people that I admire for their roles as wives. I've sat back and I've observed and I've watched, and I'm like, I have friends that I'm like, wow, that is great. Like, that's what they do. That's what she does. That's what he does. That's what respect for your spouse looks like. That's what submission looks like. Crazy. But that's who I've learned from over the years, looking to the godly couples, not necessarily the TV shows anymore or the movies anymore, because they're definitely different these days. But seeing submission at work, like live in the earth through a married couple, and even asking for advice from godly couples, especially those that have been married for years, getting that advice from someone who have walked through some things, who have learned, who God has taught some things, and not being afraid to ask, because how else are you going to learn? Me also, I would do research. I would look up YouTube videos. I would look up sermons on podcasts. I would look on anything like, how do I improve as a wife? Like, teach me. So I got these pastors that I've learned to love and trust, feeding into me, teaching me how to be a better wife, how to be a better mom, how to walk out these steps instead of me just guessing and trying to figure it out on my own, because in our own strength, we can do nothing apart from Christ, but learning how he wants us to live our life by going to his word first and finding a godly mentor or someone that you admire and asking for help or asking for guidance about certain situations, or just how to do it in general. Because if we listen to the world's way of doing things, it's like, there's so much conflict. I see why people aren't getting married these days. There's so much of I. It's a lot of selfishness in this world, which the Lord said that we would face in these end days, that men would be lovers of themselves. So my advice, or yes, I advise you queens, you kings, to seek a mentor, a godly mentor, and dive into the word and do research. I say research, but it's more just diving further into the word and learning how to be a better you, learning how to be a better wife, and what true submission means, what true love means, what dying to yourself really means, and giving of yourself for your spouse and for your kids. Like, us learning these things from a biblical standpoint. And like I said, going into the Word, listening to podcasts, listening to sermons, watching them, and seeking godly advice from those that you know are walking with Christ and those that are willing to help you through different situations, circumstances, ones that will be honest with you to tell you, hey, Keisha, what you're saying and what you're doing and your way of thinking is wrong. This is what God says that we should do. This is how I would help you to walk through it, to follow God's leading and to do it His way instead of your way. So my suggestion to you all is to find a godly mentor. And if you have questions, to be able to ask them, to trust them enough to just help you to grow in your role as a wife, as a mother, a husband, as a father, because we're not perfect and we don't know. We only know what we've been taught, and if it was wrong, you change it by seeking to do it God's way, through His words, through the people that He's placed in your lives, and through studying it for yourself and allowing God to speak to you directly. Just a great thought. So, thank you for tuning in. That's all I had this week, which was, I think it's very, very, very important. Short message, but very, very important that we have people that teach us, that will show us, just like they have mentors in businesses, mentors in all other areas of your life. You have life coaches, you have basketball coaches, and you want to do better? Get your coach, get your mentor, and let's do this thing together. Help us to just help each other so we can all have a successful marriage. I hope that you guys have a very blessed day. Thank you again for tuning in. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, reach out to me. I'm on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all of that jazz. Look me up, subscribe, follow. I look forward to hearing from you guys. I appreciate all of you that take the time to listen. Hopefully it helps someone. I'm thankful that God is using me in this platform. I appreciate it. Thank you guys again. God bless. Bye.